I don't know if anybody saw in the news, but guess what's coming back up for a vote this week in the U.S. Senate? It's the DREAM Act again, and hopefully, maybe, perhaps, maybe, I think it's a long shot, but maybe that in of itself will pass. And if people remember what the DREAM Act is, because we've discussed it numerous times, is that if you came to the United States under the age of 16, you are now 35 or under, and you do 2 years in college, 2 years in the military. You obviously have graduated high school, or if you will shortly be doing so, they will give you a conditional green card until you actually do the 2 years high school, 2 years in the military. Or if you've already done it, then you would get your permanent card. And it would be, I guess, a form of amnesty for children who came here at a young age who had who really didn't have a say in whether they came here or not, and they grow up here as Americans, just as I grew up here as an American, and then find out when they become an adult that there's something less than an American, that they can't follow the same dreams that everybody else can. So to me, that would, at a bare minimum, be the most out of all the immigration stuff that may pass, that to me is the most urgently needed. I mean, if we're educating our children and we're spending money in public schools educating our children, and by the way, you know, in my public school where my kids go, the cost to educate a child is over $15,000, and that's public school. I don't send my kids to private school. I'm talking public school. It's $15,000 per pupil per year. Okay, so you're educating kids for 10, 12, 14 years, whatever it is you go through, you know, how many ever years they've been here going through school, and the U.S. taxpayer spends $150,000 educating a child, and then that child can't go to college, that child can't join the military to defend the country that he or she grew up in, and certainly is not allowed to legally get a job. That seems like a real bad waste of resources, and certainly we would be making a second class of citizens when we shouldn't really have to. So certainly everybody out there should really want to support the DREAM Act, and certainly should want to hope and pray that this passes. And more importantly, if you do want it to pass, you should be contacting your senators. If you live in New York, call Senator Schumer's office. If you don't know his number, call information. Call Senator Gillibrand, is our other senator in New York. Call your New Jersey senators. Call your Connecticut senators. Tell them that you want the DREAM Act to pass. There's going to be 3 votes coming up over the next week to 10 days. It's part of the defense authorization bill. So the Democrats have put it in as part of the defense authorization bill, meaning that in order to fund Afghanistan and Iraq, they have to also be willing to vote on the DREAM Act as well. President Obama, at a Hispanic, I don't know, some sort of conference, Latin American or Hispanic conference, I forgot what it was called, over the weekend, did say at that conference that he will be trying his best to make sure that it does get approved. At the present time, you need 60 senators to make it into a law. President Obama said he will sign it, and they are short 60 senators right now. There was actually a editorial in the New York Times this morning urging all of the senators to pass it.